Hello and welcome back to Cooking with Ollie. Today we are making chachol à pommel or AppelFlaps. That's what we're going to be calling them today here. It's a little Dutch recipe where we're going to be basically making nice dough with a lot of apple and sugar inside, and it's going to be delicious. Let's just keep it at that. So yeah, we're going to first of all start off with taking a little look at our ingredients here. It's a really nice and simple recipe. So we got some apples right there. We have some raisins. Yeah, and then we have some sugar. We have some blades, so to call them, for made out of dough for the AppelFlaps, and then we also have some cinnamon. So that is all you're gonna be needing, because believe it or not, this is actually a really quite simple recipe, but delicious. So what we're gonna start off with is grabbing our blades that we got here. We're gonna open this bad boy up, and here you can see the things that we got. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these out of the package first, since they are still a little bit frozen. So we're gonna take them out. Let's see. Oh yeah, there we go. That's one. And we're gonna take out 5 of these for now, because that is the amount that we're gonna be able to fit into the oven. So let's see. I got a lot more than 5 here, but I'm just gonna count them like this. So it's not actually that much more. 1, 2, 3. 4, and it was actually the perfect amount. Would you look at that? So yeah, we're just gonna lay them out here for now, for them to, heat up a little bit, get to the room temperature, so to say. And while they are doing that, we're gonna be peeling some of our apples, because, well, you don't want these apples to be, with the outer layer on them in your AppelFlaps. So we're gonna be shaving them. So yeah, you know how to do this, of course. You want to first cut your apple in half. So there we go. Then once you have 1/2, you can cut it up again. There we go. You want to remove the little thingy in the middle here. There we go. And then you can start peeling them. Or you can peel them first and then, cut them up. That might be a little bit handier. But hey, look at what we got here. We got a little peel machine. Which is gonna make it nice and simple for me to take this outer layer off here. There we go. And yeah, as I said, you could also, peel the apple first before you start cutting it up. That might be handier, but hey, I just felt like showing you a different way of doing it today, just to change things up a little bit, right? So there we go, and there we go. That's a well-peeled apple. And then once you got that, you of course want to make small little chunks out of this. And these need to be not too big. So a little chunk like this should be quite good. And you can cut them up and start putting that into your little into your little bowl. So there we go. And boom, 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 boom. Oh. Boom, boom, there we go. And you want to do that with all 3 apples. So let's go ahead and do it. Okie dokie, there we go. We got some cut up apple pieces right here. Look at that. That's beautiful. So what we're gonna be doing now is adding these little bad boys in there as well. So let me just open up the package here. There we go. And we got a nice little spoon here. Look at this. This is the size of the spoon that you want to have. I don't know what size it is, but this is what it looks like next to my head for a reference point. So there you go. And you want to take out 1 spoonful of it, and then another spoonful of it. And to me it looks like you can use a little bit more. So there we go, and maybe a bit more there as well. So around 2 spoonfuls and a couple more. There we go, that is now added in there. What we're gonna add in as well is the sugar. So, well, while we're at it, I guess this is the size of the spoon that is now used. So yeah, we're gonna use, I would say 1, 2, and 3 of those spoonfuls. So there we go. And then we also have our cinnamon. and we're just gonna give that a good old oomph, so to say. So there we go. Look at that. Now, of course, you want to stir that all up and make it all nice and mixed. And to me, it looks like there can be added a little more raisins. So that makes for 2 spoonfuls, and then also a third spoonful and a little bit extra. So there we go. So I hope you still are on line with how much you need here. But yeah, there we go. That to me looks pretty good. That's a nice little mixture of raisins, apple, sugar, and cinnamon. And this is just about what you want it to look like. Okay, nice. Let's have a little taste here. Yeah. Those are perfect. No need to add anything in there anymore. Of course, I already knew that because I knew exactly what measurement of the ingredients I was gonna be needing, and that is why I explained it to you. So yeah, nice. They are perfect. They are good like this. Alright, so what we're going to be doing now, before we do anything else, is already start heating up our oven a little bit. So time doesn't really matter that much because it's just preheating. Around 225 degrees is fine. So yeah, now it's going to be preheating a little bit before we put the AppelFlaps in there. And what we're going to now do is go over back to our blades. They have now, been normalized in terms of heat, and they look nice and floppy now, which is exactly what you want. Now there's a little piece of like paper-ish on the underside here, as you can see, and we're going to be taking that off nice and gently. There we go. And then we're just going to put our flap right here. Of course, throw that away there. And now what you want to do is fill your little blade that you got here with the mixture that you just made. So we're going to take a nice little spoonful, the one we used the first time around for the raisins as well. We're going to put it in there. There we go. And it looks like I can even go for another spoonful here. Oh, I missed. There we go. And you don't want it to be too filled, so not too much. 2 little spoonfuls here should already be enough, because you still need to be able to close it all up. So we're going to go like this, there, and you just fold it into each other like so. And then if you want it to be completely closed, you can go ahead and do that. There we go. It's not necessary, but it's nice to make it almost fully closed. There, and there we go. Yeah, is that good? Wow. Would you look at that? Isn't that just beautiful? That is what I call a nice little AppelFlap. So, or a chaumont à pommel. Alright, there we go. We're gonna put it on our plate that we got right here. And now we're gonna do the same with the other ones. And I think I might have gone even a little bit overboard with the first one in terms of, filling, so to call it. So I feel like I could probably get away with a little less, actually. Less. So let me just put it here. Get 1 spoonful again. And then a little less than a spoonful. There we go. And then we just take that nicely align here. There we go. Then you whoop. You can even roll it up like this. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? Like a little joint. There we go. And there. All right. And then you can once again go and close it off. There we go. And look at that. That's an even more beautiful one, wouldn't you say? Oh my goodness, beautiful. Oh, it's great. It's great. So let's go ahead and put that right next to it. There we go. And now we repeat the process yet again. So let me just take this off. There we go. And then we just fill it up a little bit. Oh, yep. Oh, that's a bit too much, so let's just throw some back. There we go. And then we're gonna be rolling it up again, because I kind of like the way the first time or the last time it went. So boom. Oh yes, 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 yes. Pop, pop. Oh, this is the best one by far. Look at that. Oh, that's just dough filled with delicious sugar and apple and raisins and cinnamon. And now we're gonna heat it up as well in order to make it extra delicious, extra beautiful. So there we go. Alright. You know, sometimes Chef Cox. You know, sometimes chefs, they get some tears in their eyes because they're cutting the onions, right? But I, master chef, sometimes get some tears in my eyes because how proud I am of my creations. And this is one of those moments where I can almost start feeling it coming, right? I mean, just look at it. It's beautiful. Anyway, we're gonna be putting it back over here as well. And we had a little thought, and we come to the conclusion that we'll be able to fit more than 5 on this thing. So we're gonna keep on going for a little while now until it's basically all filled. We'll see if we can get to 10. Probably not, but we will get closer to 10 than we thought we were. So that's pretty good. Another beautiful thing has been created here. So we're gonna put that one over here as well. There we go. And I think we got space for just one more here. So let's go ahead and make one more. Would you look at that? There we go. That's the last one. Beautiful, if you were to ask me. And if you say something else, then you're a mean person and you're bad. So let's go ahead and put it over here. There we go. And now our plate is completely filled. And just look at that. Isn't that something that just fills you up with joy and happiness and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, we do have some mixture left over, as you can see right here. But our little plate is filled. We also have some blades left over. But that is okay, because believe it or not, once these are done and out of the oven, we can go ahead and create some more of them and just put those in there as well. And in fact, I can actually go ahead and make them now already, sit them over here for a little while, and then once they're ready to go into the oven, then just put them in the oven. So you know, you can while this is in the oven, you can do the other things already. So it's a win-win if you were to ask me. Anyway, we're gonna now put this in the oven. So let me put these bad boys on. That is hot. So let's go ahead and put them in there. My beautiful babies, my little creations. Ooh, ooh. There we go. Oh yeah. There we go. They're now in the oven. And what we're gonna be doing now is put them on the same heat, so the 225-ish, and put them in there for 15 minutes. So just a little quarter of an hour. We're gonna wait for that time, and as I said before, in the meantime, I'm gonna be making the next flaps, so by the time that these are done, the next one can go in straight away. So yeah, see you in a second. Alrighty, so our oven has done its thing. It's now done. So let's have a little look here at the result. Ooh, it smells quite good. Oh, there we go. Oh yes, would you look at that? That is beautiful. That is delicious. We got some beautiful little apple flaps. Alright, nice. So yeah, these are now completely done. Of course, they're quite hot, so you want to let them cool off for a little bit before eating them. But what we're going to be doing now is taking these off of this plate and then putting these new ones in there. You can see we got quite creative here. We have the little Dorito floppers, we have the little floppy floppers, and then we also have the flopper ball. So yeah, we went and got creative here. I especially am quite proud of the flopple ball. I'm quite proud of that one. But anyway, we now have our finished result here, our finished product. These are going to be quite delicious, nice and sweet. Very good for the bulk. You know, the winter is coming, so every now and then a little snack doesn't hurt. Unless you're already fat, then it does hurt. and you shouldn't be eating this. But I'm not fat, so I can eat them. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Cooking with Ollie. We're gonna be putting those in there, but that's just the same process a second time, so we're not gonna need to show that or anything like that. I hope you all enjoyed it. Hope you loved it. Hope you now know how to make AppelFlaps, flapple ups, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.